I'm going to give you one more video here on Nancy's quilt. I don't know, sometimes I say that and I think of a lot more things that are important to say about the quilt. Look at the backing here that she's brought. The quilt itself is 69 inches square. I need to have a minimum of 3 inches on each side. And so I might give myself, if I have the ability, I might give myself 4, maybe 5 inches, depending on how the backing lays out. Sometimes it's been ripped, which means it'll go straight of grain, but it also is going to go at an angle because it's been wound around the bolt. So that can be an issue. Sometimes it's been cut, which now it's cut fairly straight, but it's not on the straight of grain. So a couple of things to think about right there. But when I have enough left over, like I do right down here, I am not going to put your quilt in the center of that. I'm going to try to move it down to one end as far as I can. That's reasonable for me as the quilter, and I'm going to allow you to have all of this left over. She can make borders out of that, binding, extra blocks. She could piece it together because she also has a piece down here and create another back or put a piece into another back of a quilt. So I do try to be very conscientious of your backing and make sure that you're getting as much back as you possibly can. Once she gets this trimmed up, she's going to have a nice piece right there. Now, remember, I do trim quilts, and I always recommend that you have me trim your quilt. When you do, you're going to show up, and you're not going to have this scraggly piece of batting or extra backing hanging off. Yes, you'll be receiving all of your backing left that makes sense. In fact, in this case, I would even give her this piece because she could probably get at least, well, she could get 1 run of binding out of this. If she got 2 runs, I would be frustrated with myself for leaving too much on this side. I want to be able to make it so that so we're using her fabric as judiciously as possible, but she could get 1 run here. So if I was going to trim it, I would even give her this piece back, and of course she'll get the long piece on the bottom. But I would always suggest you have me do the trimming on your quilt. I'm not trimming this one, sadly enough. I wish that I was. But I have space to do it. I have the tools to do it. I have the knowledge to do it. I have the understanding and expertise of how to do it. When you show up, your quilt is ready for binding. In fact, even better than that, have me do the binding. And you don't have all these scraggly pieces left over. It looks just the way it's going to when the binding's ready to go. There's no procrastination. That first impression is amazing. Let's go ahead and take a minute and watch her close up this stitch since we're almost done. And when she does that, she'll take about 7 tiny... There she was. There, I had to be quiet for a minute. She'll take like those 7 tiny stitches, and that literally finishes off that row altogether. It's not going to have any fraying at all. All the stitches have now been enclosed, just like when you do back stitch on your domestic machine. The other thing is I do not run my stitches over the edge of the quilt. When you're ready to do your trimming of your quilt, you can clip all of those stitches, and that can cause all of that to start fraying, and I don't want any of that to happen. So I always keep them in on the inside, and it will lock itself up right there and close off all the stitches. Happy quilting, my friends!